For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications.
Hi friends, welcome to Tech ARK YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see that the next video on AWS certified cloud practitioner. Um, so let's see what is that topic here and how we are learning this certification, right? So the first one is what is the cloud? So, to begin with, you might hear a number of buzzwords, right, in the industry, just like the uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning, 5G. So, all of this, you might hear so many data science, all this stuff you hear, so many buzzwords of the technology words you hear in the market. But what the reality is. So what they add to do those technology developments or the data doing the things with the cloud, right? So in simple terms, the cloud refers to a network of remote servers that provide various services, including data storage, compute power, and software applications over the internet. So, simple say that maybe so it's a someone's computer you are accessing over the internet. So, it is not a new to the um, us because since we are if you are using the internet from a long time since so that you are already in the cloud, you are utilizing the cloud models from a long term, maybe in a decade or so much so many years, right? Example, if you're accessing a Gmail service, right? If you're accessing any YouTube videos, right? Those are also a cloud hosted applications, you're accessing it. So that's a simple example for the cloud. Rather than storing the data or running applications on a local device such as a personal computer or a smartphone, cloud computing allows users to access and use resources over the internet. So, example, if you wanted to buy a computer, right? So, what is consists of? It consists of several hardware components, right? RAM, hard drive, motherboard, power supply, and various components in it. You're purchasing and all, right? So, what you required? You required an access to the computer, right? Where you can install your software or where you can store your documents, where you can work on a graphics. Example, you wanted to edit your videos or you wanted to do something, any designer work or anything kind of, then you can purchase a computer, right? Physically, that is one thing, or you can spin up an instance on a cloud, then you can use that. So which is a similar kind of the configuration, but where you don't worry about the background hardware what they are using. So it is your choice, whatever the computer type you want, you can do that. This approach has several benefits such as increased scalability, flexibility, and reduced cost as a users can access and pay for only the resources they need rather than investing in expensive hardware or software. So basically this is a more scalable solution. Example, you want right now you want a 8 GB RAM with an 100 GB hard drive and so 2 or 3 CPU cores with an that kind of hardware computer you want, but maybe later after a week or after a month you wanted to upgrade that. Example, with a more RAM, more CPU cores, and more uh, hard disk space, then you can do that in the cloud just in a seconds or minutes. But if you are doing in a physical manner, so you have to go to the store and purchase all of them, and you have to check the compatibilities, all the stuff. So that's the scalability and the flexibility and the cost effectiveness is there on the cloud. Cloud computing is being increasingly popular across various industries and is changing the way we think about the data storage, computing, and software deployments. So let's see what is cloud computing. So the cloud computing is not but they are providing the compute services for us. Example, they provide the underlying hardware, right? And they provide the underlying network, they provide the underlying storage. So top of that, what we can do is that we can build any kind of softwares, machine learning algorithm. You can develop the code, right? You can host the databases, right? The security also, the physical security is taken care by the cloud. You don't need to worry about that. Some responsibilities can be taken care by them so that you don't need to worry about the things. So example, if you go with the EC2, right? So what are the components are there, right? So the compute they provide is that EC2, light sail, like these are the services on the compute. And the stuff from the coming to the storage, so they give you the cloud storage of S3 buckets, right? EFS storage, Glacier, storage gateway. So these are all the services they give in a minutes. Example say that you just have to create a free tier account and go to the console. You can access any of these services, right? You can implement your application. Then you don't need to worry about what the background hardware they are using or all this stuff. It's a simple method. So these are all the services. Don't worry about that. Just we are going to just I'm showing in a console perspective, but we are going to learn all of them in detailed in this course. So how they provide basically how they provide the hardware, right? So if you want to host any of the applications or if you want to spin up any of your server, how they host basically. So basically they do if a traditional architecture is designed, right? You can see that there is a hardware, top of that you install an operating system. It might be a Windows, Linux or whatever it is, right? Top of that you install the application. But in a cloud, what they do is that they utilize this virtual architecture. So, top of the hardware, they initialize the hypervisor, which is a what the hypervisor is do is that it converts your physical hardware to a logical hardware basically. So whatever the components it's there on the hardware, it converts in it's like a software, all the components like RAM, hard drive, CPUs, motherboard, all this stuff can be layered into the software. So the software layer can be easily accessed. Then you can top of that you can install your operating system and you can install the app or some clouds, right? The clouds will already provide you a pre-installed builds. Example say that AMI, so it is an Amazon machine um, images, which is pre-installed with a specific applications. Example, if you are looking for some kind of software, right? Maybe some kind of monitoring tool, right? SolarWinds or Nagios or App Dynamics or some tool, right? So you don't need to basically install the OS and install the application, all this stuff. So some of them which the virtual machines, right, the images is already pre-configured. You just choose the image and you just say fire that image. So it will automatically come with you as a pre-installed image. So that's where this hardware is converted to the in a hypervisor. From here you can access the OS and app. So this is all virtualized. From here you can access the components. So let's see what types of virtualizations in the industry is available. So there are many types of virtualizations are available here, right? From there you can see that this is the virtualization services or the types. You can see server virtualization, multiple virtual servers on a single physical server. So that's what I just showed you the image. You can see that. So this is a underline a single server that can be converted as a hypervisor. So that is a virtualized server layer installed, right? Then top of that you can build multiple physical servers. So that's a server virtualization. So there are desktop virtualization, creating the virtual machine desktop that can be accessed remotely by users. This can help organizations to centralize desktop management and reduce hardware and software cost. So basically, this kind of virtualization is just like you don't need to have a physical computer at your home or at office. So just they'll have the um, network connectivity and the display, right? The monitor and the keyboard and mouse. That's it. So they do not have any physical component, right? So they just access using that console to the remote desktops. Network virtualization. This allows multiple virtual networks to operate on a single physical network, which can improve network performance and reduce costs. So basically, if um, you want to virtualize the network, so if you install a single switch or firewall, that can only be do a single component. But where if you use a virtualized networks, so where you can build a multiple switches configurations in a software itself. So that's the you'll get more performance and reduced cost. Storage virtualization, this makes it easier to manage and allocate storage resources across multiple systems and can improve storage performance and ability. So that's the another one. So how you utilize your cloud and what is the cost occurs whenever you are utilizing the cloud basically. See, um, it's nothing you have to pay whenever you are using the cloud, right? So just sign up to the console, the sign up to the cloud and create an account on the cloud. Then on demand, example, what is your demand? So example, I would like to utilize a storage service, right? So you are utilizing the storage service, you don't need to pay anything over there until unless you did not uploaded the data or downloaded the data from that service. So that's on demand. What on demand? Pay as you go. So what you utilize on the cloud, you have to pay that much amount. So if you're utilizing a 1 terabytes of storage on the cloud, then you have to pay for that only 1 terabyte, not for what of the services they provide the entire things, right? So that's the pay for the resources they use rather than for fixed amount of resources over a set period of time. So you no need to um, pay front or utilize. So you utilize, then pay what you used. This pay per use model allows users to scale their usage up or down as their needs change without incurring unnecessary cost. The cloud on demand model, also known as on demand cloud computing, is a cloud computing service model in which cloud resources such as compute power, storage, and software applications are provided to users as on needed basis. This means that users can access and use cloud resources whenever they need them without having to invest in and maintain their own hardware and software infrastructure. So you don't need to bother about what the hardware or what the software infrastructure you're maintaining, what is the physical security you're worrying about, where is your data center, what is the connectivity, and all this stuff. You don't need to worry about that. Just go and utilize what you need and pay what you utilize. So that's the cloud model or on demand and as you pay go model. So this is a very very important pay as you go model. So in exam point of view, so what you have to learn and what you have to read further to understand this. So read the white paper. So there is a overview of Amazon Web Services. So this is the link here. I can also provide this link on the description. You can just go ahead and download this PDF and look at the what are all the AWS services, the provided services, and what's the description and all. You can look at it that the services. That's all for this session. So let's we'll post more videos on this. Please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos and courses.